were included in the panel of private prosecutors for the Duterte impeachment trial?
Well, as I've said before, no, last year we were already volunteering sa failed impeachment complaint. And we continue to do that during the House Committee on Justice. Pag pinag-usapan ang latest jurisprudence, ang bagong rules on evidence, etc. And so we were quite a number of lawyers, and we've worked with the public prosecutors in the last impeachment. So it was just natural that when they were looking for private lawyers, they would be comfortable with. Hindi naman kami strangers to them. So, and that applies to most of us in my
Okay.
law firm and the law firm of Attorney Libutan.
And just so our viewers would be able to understand your role, what exactly will be your role as private prosecutor? Will this also mean that you can do cross-examinations of witnesses?
Ang role ng private prosecutor really is we are under the control and supervision of the public prosecutors. Alam naman natin that there are 11 public prosecutors. So we will handle what they want us to handle. So ideally, it will be the public prosecutors who will do the direct examination and cross-examination. But it depends on them if they want us to handle, the private prosecutors want us to handle the direct examination and cross-examination. But I understand from the last impeachment hearing of CJ Corona, ang allowed lang to make manifestations will be the public prosecutors.
Okay, so to be clear po, wala naman sa kasalukuyang impeachment rules ang nagpiprevent sa private prosecutors to do cross-examinations.
There is nothing in the rules that say that. As a matter of fact, there is precedent to say, from what we viewed in the Corona impeachment, that the public prosecutors would turn over the presentation of witnesses on direct examination or cross-examination to public prosecutors.
Attorney
Handa naman kami. Alam mo naman kami, handa kung ano ang gusto nilang pagawa sa private prosecutors.
Do you still feel any pressure in this kind of role in participating in an impeachment trial despite of your vast legal experience?
Na pressure?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I've 48 years of practice of in the courtrooms. If I don't feel pressure or if I don't see the need to be prepared, I should stop practicing. So in every litigation, whether it is a controversial case, kasi wala naman big or small clients, To a client, every case is big. Miski na away na mag-asawa, miski na inheritance yan, ejectment yan, that is a big case for the client. So what I'm saying is there is no substitute for preparation. At kung prepared ka, dapat hindi ka ma-pressure. The other thing is, I always say, what about yung mga trolls, yung mga fake news? Because now may mga kagaya ng ginawa nila sa mga public prosecutors, nakita naman natin yung Marines, 18 Marines, no? Lahat ng minention doon are public prosecutors or members of the Committee on Justice of the House. I will not be surprised if they will start attacking the private prosecutors.
And
Especially me, no? Kasi I have so many controversial clients.
ano po kayo ka-ready sa posibleng online attack sa inyo to undermine your participation in the impeachment trial?
Well, I've said before in a press briefing here sa House, sa Congress, I eat media for breakfast, noon, and dinner. In other words, we should not be so, if you are really a volunteer, if you're really a public interest lawyer, I don't think you should be, to use the words of the Supreme Court, we shouldn't be onion skin. Dapat hindi tayo masyadong sensitive sa criticism. And if our moral compass is clear, if our sense of right and wrong is clear, siguro dapat hindi tayo matakot sa criticism. or sa fake news or sa AI. Basta focus lang tayo to what we are tasked to do, which is to assist the public prosecutors and especially the people of the Philippines, no? Kasi this impeachment case naman is not for Congress, it's not for the public prosecutors. This impeachment case is an accountability mechanism where our people should be allowed within the limits of the law and the rules to hold accountable a high public official for culpable violation of the Constitution. Maalala natin, nasa publiko naman yung apat na articles of impeachment, no? From unexplained wealth to grave threats, hiring of someone to kill, no? Or assassin, to bribery, to confidential funds. Mabibigat na kaso yan. And that is why I am confident that with the quality and the strength of our evidence, conviction is not far behind.
In terms of preparation, Attorney Lorna, nasa ang phase na po ba kayo, would you say nasa finishing touches or polishing period na lang when it comes to your evidence and witnesses sa nalalapit na impeachment trial?
And so we assisted in the making of the pre-trial briefs at hindi po kami nahirapan kasi itong mga evidence napakita na sa hearings on probable cause in the House Committee on Justice. The same witnesses with a couple of reservations. No? Kasi sabi sa pre-trial notice, you can reserve names of witnesses if there are security concerns or if they will be subpoenaed. Hindi lang witnesses, documents. No? So I think sa paggawa ng pre-trial brief, hindi naman kami nahirapan because this was this very same evidence presented in the House Committee on Justice.
Are prosecutors assigned to specific articles of impeachment?
Well, again, this depends on the public prosecutors. No? But the private prosecutors are prepared to argue, are prepared to assist, are prepared to be supervised or assigned to any of the articles. Dito sa articles of impeachment, my belief is that each article must be strong enough to convict. No? Hindi yung all four articles. Kasi hindi ang voting under the Senate impeachment rules, you do not vote after one article. Although you will rest your case after one article, may susunod pa na 3 articles. Ang botohan will be after the evidence for the prosecution and the defense has been completed for all 4 articles. Doon lalabas ang botohan. But my belief is in preparation for trial, pre-trial and trial, it should be such that evidence, testimonial and documentary is strong enough to convict per ground.
Mm-mm. And do you believe that each of the articles of impeachment would be strong enough to convict the Vice President?
Each article is solid enough. If we were to look at the evidence and listen to the merits of the case and to the credibility and of the witnesses and the authenticity of the public records that have been presented and will be presented, conviction, I think, is a conservative conclusion. Especially if we're not predicting what the defense will file. No? In fact, hinihintay namin kung magpa-file ang Vice President ng pre-trial brief today, no? Because it is due. There is an alternative. We are thinking of all the possibilities. She might even ask for a hearing on the legal issues, no? Which she raised in her answer. Kasi sa answer ng Vice President, wala naman siyang linagay na specific denials or specific witnesses or specific documents kung bakit hindi totoo or malicious or politically motivated in her mind ang articles of impeachment. Puro legal arguments lang. at inattach sa kanyang article lahat ng petition sa Supreme Court, yung final niya sa House Committee on Justice. So,
Duterte camp has filed a 50-page pleading questioning the validity of the House impeachment proceedings, and according to House Lead Prosecutor Jinky Luistro, this relied merely on legal technicalities. Do you echo the same sentiment?
tsaka walang surprise, no? Her legal arguments are rehashed. Ang sabi ko nga daw, parang kinopy-paste yan. Di ba tayo mga lawyers, copy-paste lang. Parang ganun yung kanyang answer. So we wait with anticipation on what her line of defense will be. Because the public is entitled to know the truth. The truth, what evidence will she present to deny the allegations in the articles of impeachment?
Attorney Lorna, are you expecting more delaying tactics coming from the defense team ahead of the impeachment trial?
We cannot predict what her defense strategy is. We can only assure the public that the evidence the prosecution will present is not politically motivated, because ang sabi nila prosecutors daw are receiving instructions from the palace, no, from Malacanang. I think that is to demean the separation of powers. That is to attack the integrity of the public prosecutors, and that is to poison the minds of the public that walang ebidensya, that this is that ang ginawa ng prosecutor, ang ginawa ng Committee on Justice is to fishing expedition nga daw. So all of this will be negated by the evidence, the strong evidence that the prosecution will present.
Okay.
So, hintayin po natin anong sasabihin ng defense. No? We don't even know if she will attend or if she will not attend. But even if she does not attend, wala po naman default sa impeachment cases. Not like in ordinary court cases, pag hindi nag-file ng answer, default. Pag hindi nag-attend ng pre-trial or hindi mag-submit ng pre-trial brief, as in default yun. And the prosecution is allowed to present evidence ex parte. Wala pong ganyan sa impeachment. If she does not come and there is an arraignment, kasi syempre may arraignment yan. The vice president will ask, are you guilty or not guilty to the 4 articles of impeachment? We are predicting, of course, that she will say not guilty if she comes. But if she does not come, then the impeachment court will enter a plea of not guilty and the trial will proceed. And kasi the prosecution, a prosecutor, whoever alleges must prove. Diba? So this one is a complaint, articles of impeachment initiated by the House. And so it is the prosecutors who have the burden of proof. So even without the defense, the evidence must be such na miski na walang defense, malakas talaga ang evidence for conviction.
Mas mabuti pa po bang humarap na lang si Vice President Sara Duterte sa impeachment trial?
I think so, because the public needs to know what is the truth. She cannot hide behind technicalities or legalities. If she really is saying, because especially since she is the second highest public official of the country, not only that, she also is a lawyer. So she must know what evidence is all about. And hindi niya pwedeng sabihin, I was denied due process. Kasi yun ang sinasabi niya about the House Committee on Justice. Na denied daw siya ng due process because hindi siya nakapresent ng evidence. But that was her own doing. Dito, if she does not appear, she cannot allege I was denied due process because under the Senate rules, binigyan siya ng opportunity to file an answer. Yung notice of pre-trial, binibigyan siya ng up to today to file her pre-trial brief na isulat kung ano yung stipulation of facts niya, admissions niya, kung ano ang sino-sino, ilan ang witnesses niya, what are her documentary exhibits. Lahat yan dapat transparent.
Attorney Lorna, I want to get on the numbers. Are 16 votes still needed to convict the Vice President, even if some senators may be in hiding or currently detained due to plunder charges?
My consistent legal position there is that when the Constitution says 2/3 of all members present, ang hindi mo pwedeng palitan yung 2/3. Ang subject to interpretation is all members present because number one, klarong-klaro ang plunder laws natin, Republic Act 7080, no? At ang ating Republic Act, yung Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act, that says that if a public official is charged and has a pending case in court, then that public official is preventively suspended. And there is a reason for that. Kasi kung hindi ka suspended, pwede kang pumasok sa opisina, takutin mo lahat ng mga witnesses sa opisina. No? And that is why a public official is suspended. Anong ibig sabihin ng suspended? Hindi pwedeng pumasok sa opisina. That's both found in our graft and corruption laws and in our plunder laws. Kung hindi makapasok sa opisina because suspended siya, si Senator Estrada or si Bato because he is a fugitive from justice, and both sinasabi based on the Abelino versus Cuervo case and based on precedents dyan, yung panahon ni Frank Drilon, di ba? Na hindi binilang ang mga hindi subject to coercive powers of the Senate. Ibig sabihin ng coercive powers, hindi mo pwedeng ipa-attend. Hindi pwedeng mag-attend kasi is in jail. No? Mali po yung interpretation, in my mind, personal opinion, na hindi pa naman convicted. Pag conviction, ang penalty is reclusion perpetua. No? Kung plunder yan, ano? Kung anti-graft laws, depende sa offense. No? Life imprisonment yan. At saka permanent disqualification. If convicted by final judgment. Hindi naman yun ang sinasabi natin. You don't need conviction. You just need suspension, which is a penalty, which is a preventive measure, so that the state, so that so that evidence will not be suppressed, so that there is no tampering of witnesses or evidence by the public official. Kanya siya suspended. If you're suspended, that means you cannot go to the office. Hindi pwedeng, no. Applying that principle to the impeachment court, kung hindi makapasok, and to future, no? Because balita, meron pang future. Procedurally, if there are future cases filed before the ombudsman, even if bailable, even if the case is bailable, provided na the accused or the respondent in that anti-graft or plunder case is in jail or in detention, applicable din yan sa kanila. So the number 24 could be 22, it could be 18, it could be depending on sino ang pwedeng mag-attend. So it is 2/3 of a variable number. Pwedeng 2/3 of 22, pwedeng 2/3 of 20, etc. No? So ang napapalitan dyan, hindi yung 2/3. Ang napapalitan dyan, yung ibig sabihin na all of the members.
Siguro po, panguli na lang, Attorney Lorna, ano pong mensahe nyo sa publiko? Lalo na po sa nalalapit na trial, what can we expect from you? And of course, some are saying this would be a bloodbath of a trial.
Yung pag sinasabing bloodbath, ang sinasabi ko bubble bath eh. Yung sinasabi ni Vice President that she will present evidence in the appropriate forum. The Senate, acting as an impeachment court, is the proper forum. Ang sinasabi ng defense, we will participate. We are ready to present our evidence in the impeachment trial. So, ang sinasabi ko lang sa mga nanonood, nakikinig sa programa mo, let us all be vigilant. Diba? Let's keep, wag tayong maniwala sa fake news, sa distortion of the news. Tayo, maniwala tayo sa nakikita nating malakas na ebidensya. So let's be vigilant and let's be discerning because in the end, the truth will set us free.
House Private Prosecutor Attorney Lorna Kapunan, ma'am, maraming salamat po. Thank you for your time and for this interview.